Hey guys, welcome to episode 37. This is also Monday, so it's Update Monday. What I want to do is real quick just update you on all of my fish and turtles and aquariums and projects and stuff. So if you'll recall, there were signs of ick in this aquarium earlier, and I did treat it with medication. And because of that, I moved the crayfish out of here. But all the fish are doing well. Um, they don't show any signs of it anymore, so I'll probably do a water change here shortly and maybe dose it one more time with medication. I also cranked up the temperature and added salt, so I'll probably keep doing that to try to combat that. But I did move the crayfish, and that's because a lot of fish medications are lethal to invertebrates. So what I did was I had them in the 2.5 gallon tank, and what happened was I put a couple pieces of PVC pipe in there that were in the 55-gallon aquarium, and I guess they leached some of the medication, and I think it killed two of the smallest ones, and then the largest one molted, and I think since they were in such a small tank, the other ones ate it. So not too happy about that, but I do have 4 of them left, so I decided to put them in here for now, and they seem to be doing really well. There's a good current in there, and they've got enough space to spread out, and there's only 4 of them in a 20-gallon tank, so hopefully that'll do well. The mangroves are doing well as well. You'll see the second set of leaves on the red mangroves are starting to pop out, and the black mangroves are on their second or their third set of leaves. These guys want to be fed. They're all right here, all 4 of them, just waiting. But the roots are doing really well. There's a lot of lateral rootlets that are growing on these. It's hard to see from here because the lights are so bright, but towards the back you can see them a little bit better. But can't get them right now. I'll try to shoot them at a later time. But lateral rootlets are growing, so that means I'll get my auto doser finished off, sitting in the bucket, and use the Flora Nova that I have. At that time, I might need to find a new place for the crayfish, as I don't want them in there as I'm auto-dosing these, but really looking forward to that. Like I said, these guys need to be fed. I'm happy that they all turned out to be light in color. There's actually one of them right there. He's got a really light shell color, which is awesome. I'll feed them real quick. I like this little scoop. But yeah, I'm still feeding these guys 2 times a day, and the general rule is the amount of food that would fit inside their head if it was hollow. So they eat everything I give them, but actually what's starting to happen is these guys are slowing down on their eating. I think it's because they are starting to mature. I only feed them every other day, but since I have the hatchlings in here as well, you'll notice they're darker color shell. I am feeding them every day, and that's led to some excess waste problems. I haven't been able to fish out all of the extra food, and it just kind of gets caught up in the filters here, and it just kind of gums everything up and fouls the water. So I've got to keep an eye on that. But both those plants are growing. You'll see some roots here, and these are just getting way overgrown here on the side. So I'm going to try to train some of these the ends of these things to start going along the edges here, and I'll see how green I can get this. But they're really loving having those roots below the water, especially the water here in this aquarium is always rich in everything they need, so that's cool. And the only other thing I have to talk about real quick is the tripod here. I did try using the bracket mount that my brother built for me, but the nut popped out. The glue gave way the first time I tried to use it. So what I did was Reddit actually had an article about a DIY camera clamp, and basically what it is it's a package of cheap plastic clamps that you buy at Home Depot. They're the ones with the yellow tip, and you replace the nut with your own nut. I think it's a 1/4 inch, and then you use a coupling, or a bolt, sorry, and then you use a coupling nut on the other end, and that connects right to the tripod mount, which is pretty convenient. I haven't used it yet. I'm a little scared that it might be a little too much pressure on my phone's screen, so I'll have to play with that. But what I did do is I added foam, if you'll see that, to either side of the clamp there, to lessen the blow on the screen. But that's what I've got going on. DIY Wednesday is coming up, and I think I'm going to try to build the cheapest aquarium stand out of just 2x4s. So only 2x4s. I'm going to try to do a 20-gallon stand, 20-gallon long, which would fit this tank. And I'm going to try to do it for under $10. So that's the challenge. I want it to be as structurally stable as possible. And I'll post the plans afterwards on that video. So I think that's what I'm going to do for DIY Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But that's all I have for now. So see you guys later.